Hello, Algebra 2 students. For Mr. Fry, this is January 6th, and this is not due until the 8th, Friday. I'm going to go through the odd problems and explain them a little bit. I know you could probably find this online, see all of them if you want to check your work, but if you want a little better explanation of why these are the way they are, keep watching. And let's get started. I'm working on this first inequality, and it's going to be in pencil. You could see that I, first of all, treat it just like an equation. I go to the y-intercept, which is right here, and that's -2. So I start at -2 at my y-intercept. This is the y-axis, that's the y-intercept, okay? I have my negative slope value, and there isn't a number there, but there's 1x, so that's 1. So it's a -1, and I put that over 1 because remember your slope is rise over run, so you have to make it look like a fraction so you know the rise over the run. Since it's negative, it's going down 1 over 1, right? So I started here and I went down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And I just did that for this whole line. I make it a solid line because this is partially equal. It could equal it and everything less than it. So less than that y value. So y is less than all of this. So y is less than, so it's below the line. So, because I'm looking at my y-axis. So I shade everything below it and I made it a solid line. Now, the second problem I did with my red pen, and you can see I start with the y-intercept, which is +2. And then this is going down 5 over 1. Remember to think of it rise over run. If there's nothing, if there isn't a fraction there, just put it over 1. -5, because -5 divided by 1 is just -5. So it goes down 5 over 1. I connect those points, make a straight line. It's a solid line because it could be equal because of this, this little line right here. Now this is y is greater than it. So y greater than is up. It's above this line. So everything above this line I shaded in red. What satisfies both of these inequalities is the section that overlaps, and it's on this graph it's just this little triangle down here, and I highlighted that in yellow. Okay, I'm not going to explain each one as thoroughly because I think you understand slope-intercept form and I don't want to bore you to death with this, but in pencil you could see I've done this first inequality in pencil, and then in red, I've done the second inequality, and it's a dotted line because it doesn't have the little line underneath the less than symbol. Where these two intersect is in yellow. Okay. Number 5. In pencil is the first inequality. My y-intercept is -2, and my slope, it goes down 5 over 2. Okay, I had to back this one up. This goes down 5 over 2 to get to this point. So that's how I created my line. Solid line because it could be equal to it. The second one is done in red pen. My y-intercept is at +2. My slope is -1 over 2, so it goes down 1 over 2. And that's a dotted line because it can't be equal to it. The overlapping is what satisfies both of these inequalities. It's the solution to both of them. And lastly, number 7. I had to change this first one to get y by itself on one side. And I don't think if you're looking at the answers to this, you know, if you're Googling the answers to this when you find this, they won't show you that, you know, so be careful if you've done that. You know, for number 8 too, you have to show, you're going to want to show it in slope-intercept form. So anyways, my y-intercept is +2, so I started here, did this one in pencil, down 4 over 1, and I just created a dotted line there because it cannot equal it. It's just less than. So everything less than that is below that line. And then this one, y is greater than a -2. So I just go where y is at -2, and I make a horizontal line, and it's dotted. And in red, you can see I've shaded everything above it because y is greater than that. So the two areas where these two inequalities overlap, that's going to be the solution. If you're working on number 8, let me help you out with number 8 real quick. I'm going to get this 3x over on the other side. So it'd be -3x minus 2. Then I got one more step, and they're not going to show you this one if you're looking up the answers. I'm going to divide everything by 2. So it just becomes y -3 over 2x minus 1. Okay? So that is with y on one side of the equation. You have to do the same thing with this one. Arrow showing you I'm doing some work here. Let me get rid of this x on this side and put it over here. So it's going to be minus x. So minus x plus a 2. And then I'm going to divide everything by 2. So I have y and minus 1 over 2x and plus 1. Okay, so you would, use these. This one and this one. Go ahead and graph those two like you've been doing. All right, hopefully that helps, and good luck with the evens.